Hello everyone, my name is Nujum and welcome to another Key Reacts. Today, we're going to be taking our first look at Nintendo Switch. It's currently October 21st as I'm looking at this. I've sort of looked at the trailer, I know a little bit about it, but not too much. Let's take a look at what Nintendo has to say. That is a really weird way to spend your first 5 seconds. To just go through a bunch of random houses. Okay, sure, whatever you want, man. What is this music that's playing at the start? Oh, and there's the logo, and there's the logo. Neat logo, I like it. So this is the new console, sort of. It's kind of a double console, which is really interesting. So Nintendo is an interesting company if you look way back in its history. But let's just shortcut to the GameCube. The GameCube sold decent, but not like amazingly well. And I feel like that was when PlayStation 2, Xbox were both trying to really innovate on graphics software, right? And with the GameCube, Nintendo didn't do that, right? And same thing with the Wii. The Wii focused on Wii motion controls and weird innovations, which was really interesting. And the Wii sold amazingly well. It was known for being a very family-friendly console, right? So when we're watching this video, we have to sort of keep in mind that this audience that Nintendo has built up over the years was sort of casual. However, this is immediately following a failure to cater to casuals with the Wii U. Is that a DS cartridge? Timeout. We'll talk about the girl in a second. What? Hold on. 51, 52... That is a DS thing, isn't it? Is it going to support the DS? That's not a DS cartridge that I've seen, though. It's like the right size for it. That's interesting. If it has a DS, if it lets you play DS games, and suddenly, like, the library opened up. Oh, hello, random girl who I don't know, who is very attractive. Would you like to play video games with me? Nintendo, let me give you a little spoiler alert. No one is playing your games socially, right? Maybe there are a couple of groups out there. I know in high school, I brought Yu-Gi-Oh cards to a school table. No one's bringing their DS to school. No one is doing this sort of stranger meetup thing. And so, now that we've sort of gotten off the Wii U's failure, Nintendo, as you can see just in that last clip there, have sort of taken a lot of the critique of the Wii U, it seems, with this new console. So talking a little bit about the NX, it's a portable device that can connect to your TV, and you can play on your TV, but if you don't feel like playing on your TV, you can play on this device. What's really unique is, and I think we'll see it in a second, that this also can become a controller, and not just like this weird PSP variant, right? So here's a controller. And he's like, hey, I'm gonna play whatever this is. Maybe like Fable or something. Kind of Fable, Skyrim, Dragon Age-y sort of graphics, which is neat. Hey, here's Mario Kart, and we're gonna play Mario Kart on the car ride, you know? So all of this is sort of illustrating the versatility and the technology behind this, and that's where I think Nintendo really wants to focus on, because that is definitely, for a consumer, the coolest point for this sort of console. And here they are again trying to make it look like, hey, look, we're totally playing with our friends this system, right? I like how they get the shot of Mario in, finally, their mascot. What have we been through, like 4 or 5 different games? We got basketball, Mario Kart, some Skyrim, Fallout nonsense, Ripoff, and Zelda, Breath of the Wild, which obviously made everyone immediately hard, right? So we can see, like, hey, they're trying to address the games thing, because that was the standout problem with the previous titles, and it looks like that was Mario Kart 8, so it'll work with the Wii U, which is appreciable but interesting because, well, how do they they got rid of the 2-controller thing, right? This is the big thing with this new console that I think is going to really matter. They have like this big picture of people like Konami and such and Sega who are going to guaranteed be developing at least one game for this console, right? And they've made the console easier to develop for by not doing the weird double screen thing, because that was almost impossible for the developers to create games for. It was incredibly hard to use that effectively, right? They've also, I think, made the actual console looks a lot smoother than the Wii U. I don't know why they're driving in like the tiny go-kart vehicles, but like, you can see there's a lot of flexibility in the hardware tool. This looks like it's improved on a lot of things the Wii U has improved them on. Now my question, and I think this is really the big question for Nintendo, is that, you've done such a good job with this hardware, it looks really nice, and now you've actually got, hopefully some games to back it up. Who's the audience for this, right? From this video, it looks to be casuals, right? But the casuals already didn't buy your Wii U, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that was purely because of games alone. I honestly think a lot of the casual market has moved on from just video games, right? I think the Wii gave a lot of people a cheap option to try out games with their friends and family, and I think afterwards, oh, I love this. This is so cool, this little scene here. I think after everyone kind of got on that Wii hype train, I think a lot of people stopped playing video games after that, you know? And this is only speculation on my part. I've not seen a lot of evidence to back this up. I love this idea of like a Splatoon esports. But as far as I can tell, it doesn't exist. I couldn't find any like clips of YouTube of like Splatoon tournaments or anything, except for like there was one a year ago. But this idea of Splatoon esports or Nintendo esports I find very entertaining. That would be very cool if we could get something like that. Anyways, yeah. So I don't think casuals are really going to come back to this new console, you know? I feel like a lot of the people, I feel like it's going to be like 60-40, right? Casuals and like hardcore Nintendo fans buying these games. And I would like to see, and I know I'm a little biased because I am kind of one of these people, I would like to see a return to sort of the harder style of game, right? The higher difficulties in the Nintendo stuff. And obviously I'm biased because I am of that audience, right? But this video seems to be very much like, hey, you can play with your friends. And most people, I feel like if they want to play with their friends, they play online, right? They go on League of Legends, they go on Smite, they go on Dota, they go on Hearthstone, and that is where you find your multiplayer. And I feel like this is a sign that Nintendo doesn't really know who their audience is anymore. Again, my bias, but I feel like Nintendo should like cater to the people who keep buying their games even when Nintendo's kind of flailing as a company, right? Not the casuals who will abandon them as soon as something shinier comes about. Yeah. I love the design, I love the tech. I'm interested to see if people will continue to provide games for it. And I'm interested to see what the market for this console is, because if it's not for me, I'm going to be a little bit sad. Thank you all for watching. Leave me your thoughts on the Nintendo Switch down below. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!